think this is working now. Hello, hello. Hello. Get in the oven. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Gain is at plus 4,000. Wind noise. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good, good, good. Sorry, I've got a new, this is my sailing setup. And I think that we can work with this. Just let me know. And we'll get those levels right. I'll go into the lee behind my Dodger. And that should buy us a little bit of break from this wind. So we've got the left channel. Where's my right channel? And my right channel should be back now. Left, right. Left, right. Nope. Does this thing go out too? Channel 5 on the wireless. This is hard. 647. This should be working. Should be working. On the right. On the right. On the right. Yeah, okay, good. And on the left, good. Turn it up a little bit, and I'm gonna talk to you. All right, so I'm out sailing. What's your Q&A for today, please? Send it for Pat. Okay, let me have it. What are your questions? Got questions? No questions. All right. I'm selling the boat for an RV because Jew naming doesn't pay very well, and the Jews shut down my ability to process credit cards. And that's why I'm selling the boat. I mean, it cost me like $1,000 a month to have this thing, and I don't have it. So there we go. It sounds pretty clear to me. There we go. Oh, long day. Very long day. How do you like the view? Let me get a pair of earphones so I can monitor the audio. Now there we go. That should do it. All right. Stay. This is a lot harder sailing and trying to produce than it looks. Not easy. All right, pair of earphones so I can listen. Do I have any damn earphones? I'll use Bluetooth. Fuck it. Do I have any Bluetooth? There we go. That is the Bay Bridge right there, by the way. That is the Bay Bridge. Get in the oven, get in the oven. Oh, shit. Just a second here. I gotta. Okay. We're going to be doing San Francisco at sunset here. I had to go sailing. Just felt the need. So I figured I'd bring you with me. Got about another month and a half of having this thing before I'll sell it. About 45 grand. Should be enough for a really nice campaign bus. And then I'll be naming the Jew as a candidate near you. Yeah, the bay is gay. Actually, the bay is the only part that's not gay. I kind of love the water here, dude. You can get to anything on the water. It's great. But I've been having a lot of thoughts about Jews lately, and so I figured I'd share those with you. I've been thinking about Jews. Okay. Oh yeah, the audio is perfect here. Perfect. I can hear my audio. It's beautiful. So, this is a 34-foot slip. Yeah. Get in the oven, get in the oven. It's a 34-foot sloop rig sailboat. Yeah, I've been thinking about Jews. Just a little bit here. How do you guys like the sailing? Is this, are you liking this? I want to go from captain to president here. The ship estate, yeah, it's a 34-footer. And how's the wind now? It should be better. I put the audio rig a little bit further away from where it should be causing. It shouldn't be causing it. Yeah. Right here. I've got the sails all rigged up. There. Yeah, she's a beauty. She's a 2001. And I'm going to get a wireless cam too. And then I can give you a wireless walk around the boat. So let's do story time. This is the Bay Bridge. That's Emeryville. This is the path that the Jews Raped Kids blimp went on. It went to shore over there. That's Treasure Island. Over there, that's Treasure Island over there. And yeah, that's Yerba Buena. It's like a mountain or a hill. And those are some big ass pillars. We're going to be doing San Francisco at sunset in a minute. The sun might beat us. Might get down before we get around. So there we go. We're fighting the tide right now. Makes this a little bit more difficult, but I like night sailing. Yeah, Apollo bless this voyage. Yeah. There we go. It's a lot of fun sailing. This is one of my favorite things. Cruising at 1488 knots. You know what? If you guys want to call, you know that number. If you want to call me, go to littlerevolution.us/contact, and we'll take call-ins on the bay here. Yep. You know the number. I've got the gain too high. And the right is not working again. There we go. Well, this mic is so much better. That is a good microphone right there. I've got battery packs for everything, including... I'm going to throw that number in the chat for you. Got little Betty Davis on. Alright. How's the audio now? I just changed the gain. Gain should be good. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's much better. Much better. A bit too. Taking Collins, guys. Nope. Okay. Can you hear me? Put you on speaker. Hi, welcome. Yeah, welcome to the town hall at sea. How may I answer your questions today?
This is really cool. Am I your first call?
Yeah, you're my first call.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I remember seeing your first post on, or no, I don't know if it was you, but someone posted your video of you in front of APAC on, I don't know if it was 4-H or poll, but it was amazing, and I'm glad to be part of this, man. This is great. I have a question.
Go ahead. Can you guys hear him?
What?
Yeah, there we go. Is this thing facing it? Sorry about that. I'm just trying to... Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to develop a taste for fish because it's good for your brain, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. But yeah, it's... Yeah, the Jews definitely don't want you to be able to eat meat. They want to... Jews love steak, and they want to keep it all for themselves. Like, if you go to an expensive restaurant, like if you go to Ruth's Chris, it's full of Jews. So, obviously, they're, historically being able to eat meat and stuff has been part of what was defining in the, upper class, or, and the working man having access to meat is critical for his kids getting
slaves had to take grains, right? Is that right?
Yeah, slaves got grains, Jews got meat. That's how they did it in Russia.
And one more question on that subject. Romans 14:2. Okay. I just discovered this, and the Bible, it says, one person's faith allows them to eat anything, but another whose faith is weak eats only vegetables.
Really?
The New International Version, yeah. Huh. There's many other versions, but it's basically the same thing, so I thought I would share that.
Really? So, I mean, okay. So there you go. That's an argument, I guess, for Christians eating vegetables.
I suppose so, man. I'm going to let someone else call in now and ask a question, but thank you very much for your streams.
Oh, you're very welcome. And they're going to be, I'm going to be IRL doing campaign events in the near future, so that's coming the end of May. So awesome. That's something to look forward to. Taking the show on the road.
Good luck with this.
Appreciate
it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. All right, I put the number in the chat. Go ahead and call me if you have any questions. This is a town hall at sea. Guess I'll take some from the chat. Yeah, Thomas Paine. Oh, is it just staring at the Bimini? Shit. It should be. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Good afternoon, this is Pat. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Let me just turn off the Bluetooth. Oh, we got another caller calling in here. Sorry. When I've got an incoming call, I can't turn off the Bluetooth. Yeah, let me just power off the Bluetooth. That'll work. Sure. Alrighty. So, thanks for calling in. What's your question for the candidate?
Alright, so, do you have a running mate?
No, not yet. But I'm thinking about getting one.
Are you still planning on running as a Democrat?
No, I'm running as a Republican because Trump isn't trying to win. He's trying to lose.
Well, yeah, that's pretty... well, he may not be trying in his own mind, but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's trying to lose.
Yeah, he's trying to lose. I've been saying it since December. I've said Trump no longer wants to be president. Whether he drops out of the race for 2020 or just keeps on shooting himself in the foot, he has no interest in winning. None whatsoever.
What about this? Can I ask another question, or you've got other calls?
No, go ahead. You can do a twofer. Then I'll Texas. Keep calling me back. Texas ending in 2-1. Keep calling me back until I'm done with this guy. So I'll get to you next. Go ahead.
Are you gonna be moving out of California?
I'm going to become a guy with a P.O. box or two and an RV. And if someone has some land next to a lake that I can take pit stops at, I would love to have like places I could stop, especially if there are like places with streams or ponds where I can go fishing or just chill for like pit stops. And
little things to take a break. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's going to be nonstop. I'm going to be I'm going to be on the road campaigning nonstop until the primary, and if I win it, then I'll be nonstop till the general. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Well, that's all I got, dude. Have a good evening.
You too.
And be safe.
Thank you. Bye. I'm going to pick up for Texas now. Hello, Texas. You're on the air. All right.
Mr. Little.
How you doing?
Hail Adolf Hitler.
Hail Hitler. He's a good guy. Great guy.
Free Matt Hale and vote Patrick Little.
Yeah. So, would you agree one of the top issues in this election is ending the Jewish political persecution of people who express group interests outside of Jewish group interest? Do you not say that's one of the prime things going on right now?
Man,
Nope.
man, I would love to. First of all, you're doing just such an incredible job, Patrick. You're an inspiration, but you gotta abolish usury, man. Usury and circumcision.
Yeah, I will outlaw genital mutilation of kids under 18. Yeah, if someone wants to chop their dick off at age 18, you know, that's something.
They're evil.
Well, yeah, we got to ban circumcision under age 18. That's not. I mean, they took the tip of my penis and I want it back. And if I could getting you your part of your dick back if you're circumcised too, if that's a campaign promise that I could deliver on, it's one I would promise. And there's a beautiful sunset happening over there right now. I don't know if you can see the sunset. There's a Golden Gate Bridge in the sunset. Absolutely gorgeous. You should see that in like 5 or 10 seconds.
Have you ever read Ezra Pound?
Parts of it. He's kind of esoteric. Kind of like he kind of reminds me of what's his name? Revolt Against the Modern World meets Yaki, kind of. You know?
Well, he broadcasted live from fascist Italy during World War II to Americans, right? His speeches are all documented.
No
and
kidding.
There's some really, really good stuff in there. He names a lot of names, a lot of Warburgs, a lot of Rothschilds, a lot of Ellerman, Stillman, Lehman, Gounlove and Company stuff, man.
Really?
He's
well,
bullseye.
tell you what.
That guy still used his mullet, right?
I'm reading. I read his book, Why Patton Was Killed or Murdered. Yeah.
Well, basically, Eustace Mullins was introduced to Ezra Pound in his early 20s. Didn't know he was a naive kid, like most people in their early 20s. And Ezra Pound told him everything he knew. He
Really?
sent him off to the Library of Congress to read through all the historians, all the documents. Ezra Pound's the greatest American said it. Henry Ford did a lot of good, but in the end...
Didn't the Jews throw him in the nut house?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They threw Rockwell in the nut house, too. So I think my volume was too low. So just recapping, you were telling me to read Eustace Mullins, and he got red-pilled partially by listening to Ezra Pound.
Yeah, not just partially, man, entirely. Ezra Pound too. I mean, that's it. He got everything from Ezra Pound. Ezra Pound is a genius, man. Ezra Pound was one of the last true Americans who actually didn't stop telling the truth. Just like, you know, he had a good sense of healthy sincerity, man. That guy was earning.
Oh, well, if I tell you what, if you've got some recorded broadcasts that are uploaded to the web that I could reference.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm in the chat. Lord, and I'll post in there. Just go click on my channel, and I've been doing some reading of some of his excerpts.
I'm really happy about people doing these audiobook readings. This is really good stuff.
Well, hey, my presidential candidate I'm voting for inspired me. So yeah, I think it's a good thing, man. We've got to hear this stuff. It's been memory hold on purpose. Same with Matt Hale.
Yeah. I have promised to study Matt Hale, but I'm not familiar with the case. Just a moment. I've got to adjust course. I'm feathering into the wind. By the way, this is my 2-week mark or 10-day mark or something like that on being clean on nicotine.
Well, I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to quit drinking soda, man.
That's
in every way, man.
I love me some syrupy Jew. I need to quit. I need to quit too. How's the view, by the way? How is that resolution coming through on the sailing trip we're doing here?
Oh, it's great.
Ah, good. Yeah, this is, you know, when I was getting out of the Marine Corps, all I could think about was getting out of the damn desert. I'd been stationed in the desert for the longest time, and it's just so much fun getting out on the boat, on the water. Got my flare kit, got my, got everything I need. In case I hit an iceberg or something. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Yeah, go ahead.
Question for you on history and stuff, Matt, if you want.
Here you go.
Are you familiar with Brooks Adams or
Henry
Henry Adams?
Adams, John Adams' son.
Well, he's John Quincy Adams' grandson, as is Brooks Adams. Brooks Adams' brother.
Where'd they wind up settling? Were they the Adams that wound up settling in Tennessee or New York? After.
I'm not sure about that. These guys would be in the late 1800s.
Okay.
And Brooks Adams was highly anti-capitalist. He didn't outright. He did name the Jew, but he wasn't as focused on him. He's a very, I'd say, objective.
Well, I try not to get too focused on systems of economics. The Jews want us focusing on stuff like systems of economics. They want us getting focused on dialectical perfidy, communism versus capitalism, and in their pure forms, neither could ever exist. And, you know, the thing to focus on is Jewish exploitation of people under communism, Jewish exploitation of people under usurious capitalism, Jewish exploitation of people under slavery, like in ancient Egypt. So that's really to look. I try not to focus too for or against a system. And when you start talking about economic systems instead of you know, Jewish exploitation, that's when you start getting into the weeds, and that's when Ben Shapiro can jump into the conversation and start, you know, doing his verbal magic. You know what I mean?
Ben Shapiro's a usurious kike, man. That guy is bad news. I mean, that, you know, look, you're right. I mean, you're right, Patrick. They're usurious, they're evil, and it's due to their racial character at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's what I try and focus on, because, you know, we could argue if I went hardcore anti-capitalist, I would lose most white conservatives, like almost instantly. I mean, people owning businesses is good. People have an incentive to work is good. I mean, it's better if people work intrinsically out of a sense of duty, but that's almost a form of utopianism counting on that alone. So I think just the point is that Jews want us arguing about capitalism versus communism. They want us doing all these intellectual games about theoretical situations that could never really exist, instead of just talking about how Jews are in power and they're using it in a very unfair manner to completely exploit the rest of us. And I think so long as we focus on that, we can defeat these Jews. And
All right, man. Well, good talking to you, Pat.
good talking to you too. So I'll post. Can you send Pat at Little Revolution the links, and I'll get to it, especially if you've been doing audio.
All right, man.
All right. Sorry that I've been multitasking here. All right, bye.
Don't wreck the boat, please. All right.
I won't wreck the boat. Nope. All right. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. I lost video. Why did my video camera stop working? Oh, can't wait to have a producer. There we go. That's a sunset there. Beautiful. There it is. So the wind died, and we're fighting the tide. Something we're gonna have to live with. Specific questions on policy. Does anyone want to talk about the clown show that was the Jewish witch trial in absentia of white nationalists, where they didn't have any white people that were advocating for white group interests, but they just went ahead and did like a congressional trial or of what white nationalism means, just like where they talked about pretty much how evil the caricature of white group interest is. Got any questions about that today? Yeah, white nationalist is the new buzzword. White nationalist, white supremo sandwich, all that happy stuff. Well, yeah, I've got no wind. I don't know if you've noticed, but the wind is blowing at 0 knots. We got no wind whatsoever. No wind. Hello, Washington. This is Pat, and I've got no wind, but I've got time, thusly, to take your question. How may I help you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My name is Carmichael. I'm from Washington State. Good to hear you. I have a question
Go ahead.
regarding Israel and us.
Isn't Carmichael a private investment bank, and aren't there a lot of Carmichael Jews?
You know, I'm not too sure. I don't believe so.
Ah.
I mean, it is a rare name, but
Yeah, good.
So here's my question here. So we know about Israel having their privileges over other countries, obviously, and there's this whole double standard going on. And we know, you know, as you said, that they have this higher standard of living. They have these technologies, you know, these backdoor technologies for their chips and all this kind of stuff like that.
You're referring, of course, to what was proven with the Vault 7 leaks from WikiLeaks, yeah.
Right. So here's the deal here. So what would it be like to you for something like Israel to develop a technology themselves that could be dangerous to people, and they produce this technology and deliver it to countries outside of Israel, but they ban it in Israel?
That sounds like what Jews would do. It sounds pretty plausible.
So listen here. So this technology, what I'm talking about, is literally 5G. This is what it is. This isn't a crazy thing I know you've been talking about before, but this, if you look into it, this is literally 5G is developed in Israel, and they're deploying it for the Goyim outside, but not for the Jews.
Well, I think there are a lot more direct ways of Jews poisoning people, like Monsanto and stuff like that. I possibly, but you know what? I've learned that one way that Jews discredit people that point out their power is they get them to talk about stuff that sounds crazy. And so have you heard me do the tinfoil tachometer metaphor before?
I understand it, and I understand completely where you're coming from, but you have to understand that even the Monsanto, the vaccine, all that's Jewish control, and the majority of people will think that that's crazy too. I mean, the majority of people think anything's crazy.
Now, am I running for office, or am I running a blog?
I'm sorry?
Am I running for office, or am I running a blog? Because there's a difference. Like, here, just a moment. Just a moment here. Let's see. Hi, I've got you. Just a moment. Washington, I'm going to put you on hold for a second here. Hello, Mr. Producer. How are you? I'm doing a stream right now, and it's just about to get pretty with the lights of the Bay Bridge. We've got the skyline at sunset going right now. Well, no, go ahead. I've got a caller. You mind if I call you back in the lulls between calls? Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll talk later, Mr. Producer. All right, bye. Washington, we still got you there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry. What was I going to say? I was pulling like a Markov in there, Mr. Producer. Mr. Deducer. I'm sorry. So what I'm saying is I have, what I'm going to do, and this is going to be the last I talk about this stream, is I've got the tinfoil tachometer. And if you're familiar with the tinfoil tachometer, as I've said it before, you'll understand that Jews want to associate anyone who points out their power with stuff that sounds crazy. They want to discredit you. And what they can do is discredit you through character, or they can discredit you through... Just a moment, my mic fell out. The Jews can discredit you through character assassination. They can discredit you by making you sound like a kook. The Jews can discredit you by getting you to talk about stuff like aliens building the pyramids. And whether... I understand. Proof. First of all, if there was proof of this, it would be stopped immediately. Number two, Jews want us talking about this stuff. So, would you not agree that if Jews are behind something bad, and it's like Frankenstein-style crazy bad, that if Jews were no longer in power, such a thing would no longer be in production? That's my point, is removing Jews from power trumps all of these other things, and getting bogged down in all of this. Why would we talk about something that sounds crazy? We have some evidence of normal, because we have some circumstantial evidence. It would be put. It's.
But I don't understand. You're saying it would.
Sir, something because I don't think then when I'm and look into the I say that it sounds crazy, but it sounds crazy.
Right. All I just want to leave with is I mean, the truth is stranger than.
I get it. Like, why would I talk about Jewish power? All I talk about, and then just be covering for 5G. I mean, it's not worth talking about. And the more time I spend talking about it, the more the Jews win. Because this is something they want me to talk about. There are people that I know are Jew shills that have tried to get me to talk about it. So even if there's merit to it, it's not something I'm going to talk about.
It just sounds important.
I get it. I'm done talking about it. Do you have another question?
I think that should be it.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
I just care about the children of the country.
I understand that, but there are other things like the Jews intentionally flooding our country with people they're indoctrinating to hate us. That that people don't need to go do a bunch of science experiments to see firsthand. If we're going to wake people up, it should be with stuff that's easily provable. And Jews trying to commit genocide against whites is something that's very easily provable. So that's what we're going to focus on.
I mean, we do know that the petrochemicals for the drug industry, like you mentioned, Sackler family, that's all extremely dangerous, poison.
The Jews have run the opium. Well, this is the way. I mean, I would frame it differently. Jews have run the opioid trade since at least the 17th, 18th century. I mean, that's beyond dispute. The Sassoon Jewish family lobbied the Crown of England to go to war against the Chinese when they embargoed Jewish opiates coming out of Afghanistan. The Opium Wars were a Jewish-controlled war.
Right. And I mean, I can tell that you're intelligent with this whole history about the drug industry. I mean, more than I am.
So why wouldn't we just focus on that? Because there are something like 47,000 people a year dying from this garbage. Why wouldn't we focus on that?
Exactly.
So I want to end this phone call on a good note, and that note is that there are Jewish conspiracies, such as profiting off from the mass addiction to highly addictive opiates in this country, where they send the money home from their drug dealing back to Israel, where there's a Sackler Institute, that's a charity organization set up in Israel, paid for with blood money from their drug trade here. These are real things I'll talk about. And this is stuff where people can see it having an effect in their town. And so when I have stuff like this to talk about, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time looking, trying to mine some oil that is 20 miles underground when there's oil above ground in surface pools that I can just scoop up. You know what I'm saying? Low-hanging fruit.
Right. Yeah, I see. But I mean, it just sounds a little bit hypocritical to me.
Okay, have a good day, sir. I've given my position 20 times. Do you want me to keep talking about it? I'm not going to. Have a good day. Thank you, bud. Jesus Christ. Beautiful sunset, huh, Glenn? Absolutely beautiful. Welcome to the best part of the San Francisco Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay itself. And I've got no wind, so let's get you in front of the San Francisco city area. What I'm going to do is give you some music to listen to while I get us there. And I'm going to disable my sound while I engage the diesel motor. Okay. So, through this. Audio cable. She's got Betty Davis signs. Testing, testing, testing. Test. Test, test, test. Okay, this should be working now. Sorry about that. I had a failure on my my navigation lights forward. I had to get those navigation lights on. So I'll take this phone off airplane mode, see if we're still streaming. Okay, this is still working. Good. Okay. It's a lighthouse, by the way. It's a lighthouse in the distance. Yeah, you gotta make sure your nav lights are working when you're out night sailing. Good afternoon, this is Pat. I've got you live on Candidate Town Hall. How may I help you tonight?
Hello, Pat. I was just curious.
Go ahead.
I know we've got a big battle ahead of us with the, the whole demographic replacement, but I also don't like the capitalistic exploitation element of the Jewish usury. How someone can buy into an industry and take out huge swaths of money while they get, the work is barely anything. I don't know if you have a critique on capitalism.
Well, my critique is on Jewish domination of the financial markets. So I think that is the more important thing to focus on here. Now, capitalism is something that has never existed. There's no such thing as capitalism. It's just a system of economic morality that Jews invented to justify their exploitation of the common man. However, that having been said, I believe in private property and business. I do not believe in Jews being allowed to own countries via the printing of money. So the problem is with Jews, not with people being able to privately own things. And I think that some...
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm listening. Go.
Should we have more of the workers getting more higher wages than having this cheap minimum wage, that the company can just install?
Well, my primary thing is getting Jews out of power. And if you start doing all sorts of benefit programs and stuff while the borders are open, you're just going to encourage more people, as the Jews cheer, to flood into the country. So I think,
what I'm saying is,
yeah, once the Jews are no longer in control, I absolutely want workers to have more rights. I mean, factories should not be allowed to shut down jobs and ship them overseas, and that's something the Jew Henry Kissinger made sure happened, is that our manufacturing base and entry-level jobs all got shipped overseas, with the exception of the service industry. So,
no, what I'm saying is, the economic system is that some of these
Jews want us to focus on economic systems while they focus on power. Yeah, you understand, we could get into ideological conversations about theoretical systems of economics, and that's exactly what the Jews want. I think that the Jewish system of exploitation they've set up, where they have private central banks and where they ship our jobs off overseas as if they were a commodity for Jews to buy, sell, and trade, that's a system of exploitation, of Jewish exploitation, and that is because Jews are involved. That's what Jews do. That's what Jews do. Jews are going to Jew. You understand?
Yeah, well, how much shade is Jeff Bezos? Is he Jewish or is he Jeff
I can tell you what he is. He's someone that bails out Jewish newspapers like the Washington Post. And if you think that someone is allowed to build up when someone's allowed to build up a monopoly in something as important as online retail, you better believe that he's got some sort of blessings of the tribe. Yeah, you know, he's kosher. So Bezos may not be ethnically Jewish, but he plays ball with